All right, and I am live. Good evening, everybody. We're gonna send August out with a bang. It is the 31st of August, 2019. Vegas Vixen, how you doing, honey? Welcome to the Senorita chat. You're the first, baby doll. You are the first. How you doing, honey? The porch. There they are. Pam and Rick. Pam and Rick. Nice to see you. Keith Gregory, how are you tonight? Always an honor to see you. United States Navy retired. One of our millions of proud veterans living their lives here in the United States with the knowledge that they did a great thing and stepped forward for their country. How you doing, Four Scores? Nice to see you. Hello, hippie. Yeah, I can't believe I'm awake. I hope you're doing well, Pam. I've been so freaking busy here. It seems like on Fridays, every time you're doing the Patreon, which I'm a very proud. Uh, love the love the porch and Patreon, but I'm always doing something on Friday night. Love your fucking tops for how you doing, Four Scores? Bella Rose, the Queen of Buffalo. How are you, honey? Must be getting ready to tuck it in for the night. Hello, Mark Hamler. Thought we'd give a little tip of the hat. Hello, Dodgy, to a little bit of España. And I do have some Spanish in my blood, and once in a while I like to celebrate that a small bit. But, it's kind of nice to give a throat to that. It is an open chat tonight. There's a lot going on. There's, me and Elvis continue to be the topics of wild speculation, wild rumors about things. Well, I'm the clearing agency for things. I know I got a lot to do, Pam, because Pam says, Rosie, you're a very, hey, hop frog, Rosie, hippie, tomahawk. I don't want to miss anybody. Draft horse diva, how are you, honey? Just because there's so much I got to do before I get on the road again. And, Missy Jenn's to-do lists are mighty long. Drains to be cleaned, crap to be cleaned up in the house and everything else. Oh, thank you, Diane. Thank you. Few people know I have Spanish blood in me, so I celebrate that a bit. And I hope we're doing well. Diane, lovely, lovely, lovely. I'm going to have some bourbon tonight, as you saw by the thumbnail. I like to do that on Saturday nights. How you doing, Monique? Nice to see you. I know his D is live. He's not going to be mad that I'm firing up a stream. I showed him some love tonight, and I'm going to be talking about that in a minute. What a happy guy, getting a lot of support tonight. And I've always said, oh, thank you, Porch. I've always said on here that sometimes on YouTube oftentimes you'll cross points where to do the easy thing on a channel, to run with the tide, to make decisions that curry maximum public favor. But then you have to weigh that off against your heart and what your heart tells you to do in life. And I think that those moments, hello, Private King, I think that those moments are the times where you really find out what you're made of. And if you're ever on YouTube and you always continuously try to run a channel and stay, what would I say? Stay in lockstep with the voices of the crowd and things. You're always going to come to points where you might feel good about things like channel growth and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, you also have to live with yourself and think about the things that you do. And sometimes that necessitates, if if you care, it necessitates doing things. Thank you, Judith. It necessitates doing things that may result in, some unpopularity, and but that's never been a motivator on my channel. I've always believed if you put up content and you try real hard, then you reap the rewards of that content. But sometimes I find that a small group of people tend to be very narrow focused on one subject to the detriment of everything else. In other words, it does not matter if I have a great catalog of moonshine videos, a great catalog of vintage audio and audio listening experiences in vintage audio repair, a tremendous body of repair and renovation videos, a one-woman show, baking, gun range, metal detecting. They will singularly focus on one area. And, you have to kind of ask yourself, what's the point of being on YouTube? What's the point of it? The people that will drag you, the people that will find, for example, willing to give Elvis a hand, or they're not people that ever watch or comment on the other content anyway. They're never ones to come out and say, gee, I enjoyed, like today, the restaurant review. I enjoyed the metal detecting videos. In other words, they only see you in one single dimension. But yet they overstate, hey, Papa Grease, how are you? Hey, Kimberly. But yet they overstate their own importance in terms of your channel. And that is a reality. When you have a group of maybe 50, 80 like-minded individuals, you can't expect to ever change people's minds if they're swimming against the tide in a different direction. Okay? It's almost an impossible thing to do. But yet the reality, if you have a well-rounded channel with lots of content, you have people coming into your channel from a ton of different directions. And they're not caring. They're not wrapped up in the live streams that are single-mindedly focused on Elvis every single day. They're coming in because they have questions about baking, or they have questions about a specific piece of vintage audio gear that they want to ask about, or tell you I'm subbing you up because I loved your video about how to ensure your generator will last, your portable generator will last years, the critical first hour of operation. In other words, there's a lot of things that bring people into a channel. And one thing I've always refused to do is give one single thing focus on my channel. In other words, if I'm at a time when winter comes and I'm in my shop and I want to do vintage audio work for the winter, I focus on that. That brings a whole new group of people in. Okay, but I'm also doing other things on the channel too. And there's always people filtering, and particularly when you get, some decent watch numbers and things like that. People are always going to be coming into your channel. So I'm never going to be sitting on one thing day after day after day. And I hate mobile mechanic, and and moonshine too. And then I find when I sometimes go into streams that it's, everybody always, they want to talk about the Elvis thing, and the Elvis, is this true? And that's true. The bottom line is that's a small part of my life. I don't sit on chat streams with my ear glued, slobbering and salivating to hear what people were saying. You've got to be able to make your own decisions and make your own way on YouTube. Make your decisions in a quiet place, thinking about things yourself, and not letting other people's investment in something be your investment in it. Thank you, Pam. I'm kind of dumb too. Yeah, Hippie says, I love you at very content. I feel like I always learn something. That's what I love to do. I love to be a variety channel. I like to be the the gal with the most varied palette of content on YouTube, travels and everything on here. So if somebody asks me questions in Hangouts and things, and I don't know because I don't know what was said on other people's Hangouts, some people get very upset about that. Yeah, the Rose from Baltimore, Harlem. Let's fire it up, man. Let's go back to 1968. Everybody get your stomping shoes on. Grab your popcorn. Grab your beer, your 25-cent beers. I'm taking you back to the Baltimore Civic Center in downtown Baltimore, home of those American League ice skating wonders, the Baltimore Clippers of the American Hockey League. Now, let's set the scene. We're playing the dreaded Hershey Bears, which is our arch rival. I'm coming to Texas, baby. Oh, the inverted yield. Yeah, we can talk about it. It's an open chat tonight. So I'm setting the stage. Close your eyes. It's 1968. Rosie's 10 years old. You got my 25-cent ticket to the Clippers game against, those Hershey Bears. Oh! The place is packed with like 8,500 people, and they're on the ice at the first period. Wham! Right into the net. And there it is, that first score. Let's let it rip. Close your eyes.
When you Baltimore Clippers, when you Clippers from Baltimore, fight you Baltimore Clippers. Baseball fight for a Baltimore score.
Can't you visualize it?
And goalies
throwing those hot dogs
without a doubt. For Baltimore and Maryland, every Clipper fan will shout, fight, 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 when you Baltimore Clippers.
All right, Katie, love you, honey. Let's get ready to take it up a half step. Now the hot dogs are being thrown out. I mean, that place would be rocking like it was WWE on a Saturday afternoon with the Imperial Grand Wizard of Wrestling. Da, 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 da. Ladies and gentlemen, we request that you refrain from throwing things onto the ice. Hey man, this is Baltimore! Undaunted, how are you? Alright, take it up another half step. Now we're in full rockin' mode, man. The ushers are coming around. Please sit down, sit down.
Fight you Baltimore
Clippers, Michaela.
Score, score, score.
Oh man, if that doesn't get the blood going, I don't know what does, man. That just takes me back. It takes the old bat back to 1968. Have a laugh. Hello, ma'am. How are you tonight? Nice to see you. Anyway, that's why I say you can come on YouTube. You can be a happy person, as I try to be on most days. Or you can come on YouTube and it can be something where you take a deep breath and you put on all of your battle gear and there you go, battling away on YouTube, because when you flip on your streams and you hear other people's streams, you're gonna hear the back and forth and things like that. I don't want to do that. I want to come on YouTube for a good time. I don't look that far ahead. I don't look that far down to like Algodondes or San Diego, because quite frankly, things are really fucked up right now, okay? I mean, I got a van that's in the shop. Staying in San Diego is almost out of the question. I mean, you can understand some of the paradoxes. It's why it's why I'm always flying by the seat of my pants. Now, Baltimore's not a shit pit. That's right, Tiger Kelly. But when I grew up in 1960s, the city was aflame. We had the Georgia, I think it was the 163rd Airborne or something like that on the streets of Baltimore and some other group. I mean, after King was assassinated and all, I mean, I grew up in some horrendous times to be in major cities. Okay, the introduction of busing, the fading of Jim Crow, and I told you guys, waiting, looking at standing at the lunch counters on Howard Street of all the department stores would all have lunch counters on the top floor. Whites only, colored only, bathrooms, whites, colors, movie theaters, buses, the whole shebang. I mean, that was a time of incredible change. How you doing, Jen? Jen, the riots. Exactly. Thank you. The riots and things like that. They shaped your life. They they probably gave me a hard shell in life. When you think about it, country living is great. You have your own challenges, your own risks living in the countryside. But man, when you're living in the city, man, you're tearing it up in the city and you learn to get along. And I gotta admit, it was crazy times, Hop Frog, I'm gonna tell you. And I want to admit that probably I'm a little hard shell here on YouTube. I own that. Okay. I should be a little more tuned in to criticism and things like that. But sometimes I'm always happiest when I just lead with usually what my heart tells me to do. But I'm also a person, as many of you know, that I like people to be successful on YouTube. I like it when people come on YouTube and they grow their channel, as D Dubs has done. He's come along and said quite frankly at the beginning, like to meet you. You could help me grow my channel, and I didn't shy away from D, and I wouldn't shy away from anybody. And I said, you know what? I applaud you for doing that. Are you going to make content? How are you going to do your content? What's your plan for the future? And you can see where he is today. He's gone from a guy. Cheers, everybody. Crystal meth, machine gun. Have a drink. He's gone from a guy with a shaky scooter when I first, the second time I went. I'm always in Vegas all the time, I know. Went from a guy that would have 8 to 10 people on a stream in his desert streams in Arizona, and I followed him. I found him to have a good personality. Thank you, Keith Gregory. I also found him to have a pretty good heart. And yes, like me, he has a past too. But this is YouTube, and this is a very complicated world, and it's a screwed up world in a lot of ways. And we make bad decisions in life. I've certainly made my share of them. But to see him this week, the bourbon's not getting to me yet. The night's young. How you doing, Lady Nighthawk? But to see him tonight in that van, that Grand Voyager van, and I was on a stream for about a half hour or so, driving downtown Las Vegas ready to do a chooch. Feeling as happy as I've ever seen him look, with a smile as big as Texas on his face. Driving down there, parking his van, getting out to do the chooch, and the support that came out for him was amazing. Okay? Now, the problem is one person's content is another person's trash. I get that on YouTube. But you'll have somebody come along and say, I don't understand how somebody can give a homeless bum money and things like that. Well, we all gotta do something in life. And I never advocate. I worked for 46 years. And I advocate that everybody works. but there's a larger number of people out there, especially in the younger elements of society, that, and I know it myself to be a fact, that work is not a paramount thing. And I'm not saying it isn't with D, because he works and he makes money in Vegas. He just doesn't put it on live streams, painting, and always going in and out when I was down there the last time in Vegas doing jobs. But there's some people that are gravitate like I did to the YouTube life, and they really enjoy that. And lucky for them now that the whole tide is turned. When I first came here in 2013 and started my channel, people put up content, people clapped back with reply videos. You didn't have Hangouts. You had internal Google Hangouts that never made it over to YouTube. Nicole Green, Francis Maginas, Missy Jenn, and I would be on the stream almost every night on Google Hangout, and then the end of it, it disappeared. What really changed on YouTube was YouTube bringing out the YouTube Hangout, Google Hangouts going over to the YouTube side. In my opinion, they sowed a lot of seeds of dissension on YouTube. I'm not saying content creators are any better than people that watch, but they could become rallying points, and YouTube fuckery started to take place. And I remember when, thank you, new subscriber, I remember that when I first started doing live streams in 2015, that the big thing was about Nomadic Fanatic, and whether, you know, the guy was a bum, or whether it was okay to have GoFundMes, or whether it was all right to be monetized. E-begging was a huge thing. The big fight was Jimmy on one side. There were tremendous forces, people lined up behind Nomadic Fanatic, and it caused a huge split in our particular community. Okay, I remember that stuff like it was yesterday. Those fights began, e-begging, and then the anti-e-begging movies came out, and parodies and all that stuff. Well, YouTube didn't really have a broad statement. Hey Cheryl, how you doing? YouTube didn't really have a broad statement on things at that time. Now, if you refer to the the managing director of YouTube, the vice president of YouTube, Susan whatever name, Kajowski or whatever, if you look at her letter specifically in the last paragraph, it talks about a great thing to enable additional tools of monetization for creators. In other words, now they're being more and more vocal that they want you to be out there supporting your own channel. So I think anybody that does that now, that chooses to do that, and of course it's an option you have or you don't have to do that, it's really a matter of personal choice. And because now YouTube is fully behind it with Patreon, they're fully behind it with the super chat and with the monetization, and also the memberships if you get up to 30,000 subscribers. I hope you're doing good, Cheryl. So things have changed, and I think that there's some people that are living in the past, I believe, when it comes to the reality of the present day on what YouTube is trying to push on people. And I can understand it, it's painful. But if we try to always jam our opinions down other people's throats, we're not respecting the people that are on the other side. I'm sitting on one side of the camera. You guys are sitting on either your cell phone, your tablet, your home computer. And in my mind, you tend to be pretty good judges of what's enjoyable content on YouTube and what's crap. And I see it played out on a daily basis on YouTube. There's some people, okay, take care, Hot Frog. There's some people that stomp their feet, that are creators, that demand, pay me because I exist and I'm here and I demand it. And not surprisingly, the support comes very grudgingly. How you doing, Ghost Play? How you doing? But how about the people that do go out and do create the content? This is what I say. People are smart on the other side of the other side of the lens here. They know what goes on YouTube. We're all plugged into all the stuff that goes in. Some of us a little less than others. But people have that freedom to make their own determination and support who they want to support on YouTube. And I don't think that that's ever going to change. And yeah, YouTube even gives you the opportunity to post a PayPal so that you don't have to have your contribution be public. It's just the way that YouTube set things up. Okay. So when I look at D, and of course D's, had a rough road partly of his making. I'm not going to dwell on the Florida things and all that, but it was certainly a bad night there. Something I'm sure he regrets. That last night at the house with the knife and all that. But, for me, I like to see where you progress after that and what kind of person you are after that. And I have to say, you're wonderful. You're wonderful, Porch. Thank you. And I have to say, I'd like to see the things that he's done. He's earned some money. He's gotten some support from the community. Because, he's an engaging guy. He goes out and brings content that people enjoy seeing. He is moving forward. I'm not sure about every aspect of his life, where he works on a daily and things like that. But I do know that he's cobbled together a presence here on YouTube. And it's working for him. And therefore, doesn't take anything away from me whenever I see somebody like him and say, hey, and he says, can you help me out? Actually, it makes me feel better about myself. It doesn't diminish me. And I think some people have the attitude on YouTube that you have to push other people down to elevate yourself upward. And I don't necessarily agree with that philosophy. It might have a feel-good factor to it. But, like I say, so this all ties to, there's people messaging me all day, is Marshall using your, and this is an open chat tonight. Is Marshall moving to the Rancho? Is he using your address on the Rancho? Are you going down to Los Algodones? And, it's people tend to overrun. In the military, we have that concept, if you move too forward, too fast on the ground, sometimes you can outrun your supply lines and be cut off and surrounded, right? I let things, thank you, Banner, honey. I let things kind of evolve on a daily basis. To wit, I don't know when my van will be ready. I haven't decided if I would go to Los Algodones or San Diego. I really don't even know if Elvis is coming up to the Rancho. Okay. He did ask me for insurance purposes to be able to get a clearing place for his dental insurance stuff. Would it be okay to use the Rancho address? I said, sure. As long as you're moving forward and you're actually getting that teeth work done, that's what I care about. Okay? I can't really look beyond to the other things that might be coming up. Let me fix that light a little bit. because I just don't know. Yeah, get it done quickly. He said tonight your dress is temporary. Yeah, I would imagine that's the case. I can find no permanent case for. I'm gonna be on the road. I'm gonna set this fan up a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute, guys. Oh, get this set up. Let's get a little air going in here. Hope that's not too loud. Which way's that blow it? Wrong way. Is that too loud or is that okay? Can you hear that? Can you hear that or is it okay? All right. Where was I? Oh yeah, let me give myself another shot here. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the challenge. It's like contrast. He said, I'm not going to watch when he's a co-star. That's perfectly fine. I can understand that reasoning, and that's the attitude a lot of people take in there. But as I've said before, there is, as crazy as it seems to people, the hopes that I have for him for the future, the wish to get life on a more stable path. It's not something that just developed a year ago. I've been on this journey since 2015, long before the people. I heard somebody saying on a chat today, I don't know whether it was Tucker or who it was. Oh, it was Dave on his chat today. Just telling some of the people that host chats, hey man, this is wash, rinse, repeat. This stuff's been going on for 4 years. These chats pop up, they become gathering places, and then, the years go by, another chat will pop up. Okay, but don't doubt that I know what the inevitable outcome of everything is going to be. We know that. Okay? But in the interim, I don't think it wouldn't make me feel good about myself having been a friend of his for 4 years, some of which have been very difficult. There was 4 months I didn't even talk to Elvis, okay? And stuff. But when it comes to heart disease and health issues and a van, there you go, Pam. I know I'm not his mama. Yeah, but sometimes in life you take paths, and sometimes, as he states, I believe that friends can not more important, but contemporarily have to take the place of family and people like that. But I reiterate again, the money, no, okay. But for the other things, yes. So I've had this. Hey, Amy, I've had this fear in my heart that, to me, it would be catastrophe if you went to Los Algodones and you didn't get any dental work done again. Okay? That's why I came out yesterday and I was talking about, I'm going to put it in gear for Los Algodones, because I feel like, I want to put I've been on a lot. Well, we've been on about the same time. I'm gonna put a boot up your ass, man, if you don't get across that border and get that dental work done. Now hey, Matronista, I put up a bit about how I injured myself. I sure will. Let me hold on a minute, Matronista. Let me put this on my watch list here. Hold on a minute. Let me just fix this thing real quick. Make sure I got this on the Okay. Oh man. Woo! I see that now. It doesn't look good, right? Let me get back here now. Okay, I am back. Okay, Matro, I got that thing all set, honey. I will check that out. Thank you, JJ. Elbows wasting his money on liquor and whores. We really don't know that. Like if a beer's, I can't begrudge anybody a meal and beer. Like I said, I can't bullshit you guys. I mean, I'm able to remote view. And some nights I see Marshall at the titty bar, and I'm like, oh shit, you know. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll come in. You're welcome, Matronista. You know, there's no doubt about it. I mean, that's another concern. I wanna make sure, to the extent that I'm willing to, just to make sure that try to make sure the money's not dissipated on frivolous shit down there. I know that Norm has been very supportive lately, and again, in my opinion, that's Norm's choice. I know it frustrates some people when he seems to give willy-nilly and things like that, but again, we can't put ourselves in the mind of the person that's on the other side of the camera here and what their thoughts are. Maybe there's a grand plan that we don't know about. No, he's not married. Okay. Okay, but as far as my future is concerned, on here, traveling is going to be a big component about it. So, basically, if I'm not on the Rancho, then it would have to be it's not something that I can have Elvis here with Missy Jenn. Okay, a day or something if I have to do work or something like that. So permanent residency. This is not a permanent residency thing. If in fact it comes up, now you leave. Titty bars, frivolous. Who knew? You and Art Bell, west of the Mississippi, call 1-800-235-2644. On the Atlantic, call 1203. Art Bell. You know, quite honestly, I'm not going to bullshit you. Missy Jenn's not totally invested in the idea, but Missy Jenn has a lot of heart. But she's not one to cater to people, and especially guests that might have a reputation of not being so neat and clean. So I think he gets the message, but there's a lot of respect for Missy Jenn because he's known her for quite a few years and spent time with her. And his, obviously, and the trolls always tell me, Rosie, his level of respect for Missy Jenn is much higher than the level of respect for you. Okay? She's bigger than Marshall anyway. Art Bell, coast to coast, that's right. So how can I look down the road? I want to go to San Diego. It was always my plan this summer to get down the coast and go to San Diego. There's a lot of moving parts on the board. There's D in Vegas. He's always had the dream to come down to Southern California and hang out, Flyboy Glen up in Portland, Oregon. In other words, in Desert Donny. In other words, there's a group of people that are starting to clump together as kind of could possibly be a traveling caravan or something like that, our own sort of group. But it's extremely complicated. D couldn't be living in a tent. As much as he likes Las Vegas, he can't pitch a tent behind a 7-Eleven, right? Or in the median strip, welcome to Las Vegas, and there's D's tent right there. Missy Jenn needs a cow prod. Yeah, let people. I don't mind too much. My mods just let people kind of have their say tonight. I've declared it's not a troll-orama, but it's an open chat. In my mind, you can say anything. You can say anything and not use coarse language to say it. But if you come on my channel and it's F you and this, just I can take the criticism. Just state things in a normal, as if we're having a conversation in real life. Okay, that's the key. Boobies, how you doing, bronze babies? Oi, oi, Roscoe, how you doing? How's your mom doing, Roscoe? But you understand what I'm saying? Like D had to have a van to be able to do this thing, and now he knows in his mind that the advice we gave was correct. That you really need to have a van if you're going to live the life. Now the good thing for D is he's not a lazy person. The other good thing is contract day labor work, semi-skilled labor is so plentiful that it's easy to go into a place like San Diego and pick up a day's work, a week's work, a day here and there, and that's a good thing. And that's what you should do, and I like that. I like the fact that he works. Okay, I can't give somebody a pat on the back and say, "Oh, you're not working," especially after I just clocked in 46 years of work. But on the other hand, if I have somebody like Marshall that says, "I'm a YouTube celebrity and YouTube is my career," he's not the first one that ever said it, by the way. 4 years ago, Nomadic Fanatic sat at the same sub-level that I am at right now. I sat on panels with Nomadic Fanatic. Same sub-level I'm at now. Claiming he worked C.R. Boger and all this recording. And look at him today. I don't know, what is it? 235,000 subs. Is he making a go of YouTube? Yeah, I'd say he's probably making a go of it. Was it the right choice for him to make? Yeah, in his mind it was. And he finally fought free of all the things. And I never knew, I never got involved. There was the solar panels always seemed to be the point of contention. There was just there was a lot of fighting around that at that time. So, do I say, should he have gone to work? Well, he probably should have. Okay, but he didn't. And he made the choice to pursue, as the people on the sailboats do, sailing, Delos, these channels that people hold up as, oh, it's such wonderful entertainment, and sailing Zatara, family going out at sea, and I don't know, Captain Mike Moore on his ship. I mean, what the hell? What the hell? Yeah, do I think a better personality could suit the situation? Of course I do. Hey, Marshall. But my point is, these people just made their decisions. They grew their channels from zero, and they make good content, and people support that content. So I never thought it was my place to tell people what to do, to get a job or not get a job, because frankly, I think the risk is on them in life. I mean, if you can't see the realities of life, and you're you're going all in on the poker table with YouTube, I hope it works out for you. But in the meantime, remember, every month that goes by is a month that you're not paying into a 401k. You're not funding your Social Security. Yeah, you're funded from X years working as a security officer or, a theater acrobat or whatever. but your payout will be very low. It'll be on the low end of the scale. Okay. I wasn't willing to take that gamble. 5 years ago, I wasn't willing to take the gamble. 7.5 years ago, I wasn't willing to take the gamble on YouTube because I had a very strong work ethic growing up that if you didn't work, you didn't go to college. You sure as hell didn't have a car. I never remembered asking my old man for gas money or insurance money. But I guess that worked to my benefit. Okay, because there was no other option out, and then there was the feel-good factor. Oh man, I started working at $1.72 an hour. Okay, but that first paycheck had such a good feeling, and I held my head up high when I would go on a date, even with my shitty hand-painted 1962 Chevy Biscayne with the slant six. And the girl's old man would say, hell no! But it was a good feeling tooling down the road that I had it myself, and then put a work ethic into me. In other words, I'd never have the balls to do what these people did. Okay, to go out on a sailboat, the mobile hobos, to go around in an RV, and Paulie Wonderbread with his bread truck, and these people are they're 30 years younger than I am. And I just think to myself, man, good luck, Chuck. I hope everything works out for you. But I guess I was more of a coward when it came to that. That I needed a more secure foundation. I needed something that could withstand floods and hurricanes. But I noticed the world is hey Juice, yeah, shucking that fucking corn 12 hours a day at Phillips Crab House. My first job was as a painter for General Contractor. And I was about 14 or 15. I had to have a work permit. And I was the slob that just opened cans and just mixed 5-gallon buckets of paint all day long. I didn't mind. I didn't mind. Yeah, rowing beans, 15 hours. That's what I'm saying. Goldie Con, you understand what I'm saying, honey. I tell you honestly, I thank you very much, Miss Kitty. I shudder at the thought of the future of this country with this idea that social media is the new currency of success. That scares the living hell out of me. I mean, who's going to turn the wheels in the power plant, and who's going to operate the subway trains, and who's going to offload the ships that come in, and the export products, and man the manufacturing plants. I mean, I've been in the Communication Workers of America, the Teamsters Union, the Select Employees International Union, factory work, all that stuff. I'm not bragging on it. But our minds were shaped different at that time. We feared if we weren't working. I mean, we couldn't wait to get out of school and, high school, and go to work, get to the job real quick, because we wanted date money, and I don't know what happened. Yeah, pick grapes for $1.65 when I was a strapping young man with raging hormones. What the hell happened, guys? You look at the world today. I talked to some people that have businesses, restaurants. I asked them what the biggest challenge. They'll tell you, well, we hired a kid on Tuesday. He came in on Wednesday, and he had to cut some tomatoes or something like that. And I walked over to him and I said, son, you're not doing that correctly. And I showed him how to cut the tomato properly. And so they went their separate ways after that short 30-second lesson. And the guy comes back in the kitchen after lunch, and he's like, where in the hell's Manny? Oh, Manny quit. He just threw his apron in the corner and just walked out the door. It was almost like Bobby. Nobody tells me what to do. I mean, what the hell? I lived in fear of my bosses, man. I lived in fear of my bosses. Okay? But I don't see that today. So I can understand how, you know, you look at some millennials today and some of the younger generation, and I don't think that they have that drive. I don't think work is so important to them. I don't think money, probably because the Federal Reserve has our country so fucked up, and the U.S. Treasury, that we've twisted our economy to such a point that there's no value in saving money anymore with zero interest rates. We don't really have recessions anymore because of engineering by the Fed, and we just live in this la-la land where the economy's prevented from going through its cycles of periodically getting rid of the dead wood, which we know just saves us up for a super catastrophe. Okay, but I'm not going to go down that road. I'm just saying life doesn't deal enough harsh lessons these days anymore. I mean, I went through the recession of 1974, 1981, 1985, you know, the whole 2005 with the cratering of the real estate stuff. Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. Welcome to the pussification of America. You know, everybody should be a winner. So I can understand why people like Marshall adopt this philosophy of the grab for socialism, because it seems like you don't have to do shit. You don't have to turn a wheel. You don't have to lift a load with a shovel. You don't have to do shit. It becomes a society of take, 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 take. And if you ask a person in that kind of setup, communism, well, what are you going to do to feed the system? I'm not going to do any more than anybody else, I can tell you that. All right? Yeah. Yeah, $100,000 college debts. We got $1 trillion of college debt now. So this is all leading to something in here. I know that it's very difficult to be a success on YouTube. I know that. We all know that. This is not 15 years ago, 13 years ago on YouTube when it was new, and if you could be a PewDiePie or GG Gorgeous starting years ago, you can be a big time. It's very difficult these days. Every time, as I said, YouTube cuts the money back more, they keep more for themselves. And they push you into more crowdfunding, super chats, PayPals, GoFundMes, Patreons. Okay? But the problem is, I think, in my opinion, and I've never gone back on this, negative people will never reap the rewards of that kind of system. If you have a negative channel, this is why YouTube has designed these things. I said it before. They have the psychologists that sit around. If you run a negative channel, you run into the reality of the public, and wham, they take that door, boom, and they slam that right in your face. Okay? YouTube loves that. YouTube fucking loves that. Because all of a sudden, YouTube and the public, they're working side by side. You know, it's like, great. Yeah, don't reward that motherfucker if he does that. Fuck it, man. Don't give a dime. Or, hey, this guy's happy. He got a van. Look at him chooching down Fremont Street. He's smiling. He's happy. He's bringing content. In other words, I love that. It's more on you guys out there. How you doing? Hello, hello. I'd never pay $5 a month to see Pam and Ricky stream. See North Shore Tongue, but that's the difference. I do. And I like you. You're a really nice person in my stream. I want to get that on a t-shirt. But it just shows you the difference. One person's trash is another person's content. That's how we get the fights with live streams about, the porch versus, Rainbow and Pirate. We get all those kinds of battles. Diane, Miss Fucking Wonderful. We just have all those splits. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Dodgy. So, people are smart out there, too. They look at a situation like Marshall. They see a 1989 camper van, and there's nothing I can do to it, nor would I be willing to do to a drivetrain. Okay? My days of rebuilding, honing cylinder heads and putting new rings in and, having crankshafts reground and, replacing valve stems and lapping valves on cylinder heads and all that with the lapping compound. Shit's gone, man. I don't want that anymore. That's why I got man hands, right? From all those years. But I can help make a van more sanitary and more livable. But it's not going to help the inevitable. And Marshall knows it, and I know it. Absent people like Norm that come along, which, are the outliers. And Norm's been very kind to me. He's been very generous to me. But those people are few and far between in the community. People know what's coming. But I don't feel like I don't feel like I have to hasten things when somebody's welfare is at stake for health and other reasons. Oh, thank you, D-Nap. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're just having a few drinks tonight. If you have a comment or you have a question, Kenko Trooper, how are you? A lot of people disagree with me. They short circuits of the money. There's past, and it's not just Marshall, it's across the board with a lot of. I've had my own things, guys. Look, I like I told you before, I sponsored GoFundMe for people for new tires for RVs and a guide to ride around the country on his bike and raise awareness for animal rescue shelters and because I got full of myself. I thought, oh man, I'm really good at raising money. This is kind of cool. So people started coming out of the woodwork. I had an eye operation. I need this or I need that. Or, Brian comes along. I'm going to be kicked out of my place. I need an RV. That's a great idea. And wasn't my idea, by the way. But, considering he landed in the RV community, let's put 2 and 2 together. And then almost every fucking one of them blew up. Why? Because people just didn't carry through on what they said they were going to do. Well, when I get the RV, then I'll have a home. Then I can get a job. And the dick takes off around the country and he poops out after a couple 100 miles. There goes that money. I learned a hard lesson. That's why I'm torn right now. I got a wonderful friend in the community here. A wonderful friend. That's great, Kenko. I got a wonderful friend. Job in YouTube, don't mix. Hey, Han Banana, how you doing, sweetie? It's really in a dire way right now. Had a real serious injury. And as often is the case, fighting with workers' compensation is that big open area between the time you file your claim, if there's any kind of dispute, and the time that it's resolved. Some of us are having discussions. God, do we dare do this? Isn't it? It's sad. Do we dare do this thing? And I just decide, nope, I'm just going to help behind the scenes and just, I'd rather write a damn check. Then if it, boom, blows up in my face, it's good. No, there's that's an oxymoron, hand banana. How you doing, Lost in Space? That's an oxymoron. So I kind of swore them off in 2016. I learned my lessons. Never again with that stuff. Like I always said, I'll always give Tribe a lot of credit. A Tribe called Cookies. He's not down with everything I do, but you know, we talk and we, you know, communicate. But I always said, if I just listened to you, Tribe. If I had just listened to you, man, I wouldn't be in these kind of straits. I pity Marshall. He only exists. He doesn't live. But see, Yosemite. Some people like I am. We're kind of low riders in life. Despite the fact it looks good here, everything here is cheap. You know, that's a $100 rescue. Yeah, it's an $800, $1,000 console now, the Motorola, but at $50. There's not one thing on this shelf that I paid more than about $50 for. Okay, yeah, some of them are worth $1,500. Okay, because I'm a low rider. I don't like to spend money. A lot of people will tell you on YouTube, Vinny G, how you doing, sweetie? Yeah, that's right, Juzza, man, it'll be coming. I don't like to spend money. I'm cheaper than hell. I mean, I'll spend it on people, but things I don't care about. And I think when you're somebody like Marshall and you've lived skimming ground level for a lot of years, it starts to feel like home. And I thought, and Vinny, you ain't gonna die. I was on your side chat. You didn't see me today, but you had nurses with thumbs up your ass and everything, so I can understand that. Nice to see you, Vinny. You know, you're so low to the ground, and I didn't experience that till I got in the van and started traveling. And I went to, you know, Vegas and Salt Lake and Omaha and Michigan and Canada and Buffalo and Baltimore and Detroit and Chicago and Cheyenne. And then I realized how cheap you could really live if you really wanted to be a low rider, and if you were happy with that existence, how cheaply you could live out there on the road. You know, 40 nights in a van. Yeah, I bought meals, but a lot of meals I bought were for other people too. But I'm saying, man, I could have had hot dogs and ramen noodles, had my little camp stove set up. Wait like Marshall used to do till after 6 p.m. at night when the Walmart in Arkansas would have the barbecue, you know, the roasted chickens, rotisserie chickens, instead of being $4.99 each, you'd get 2 for $4.99. You'd go in and buy 2 of them, right? How you doing, William? I mean, you can live cheap as shit. You can live cheap as shit in this country. Okay? But make a note of this in your notebook. If you don't provision for your shelter, you don't provision for your RV, then you can't really sustain that lifestyle. Okay? Because you don't have the ability to generate the capital to replace. This is why these van dwellers come along and they periodically have fundies. Oh, I need a new van, or I need to upgrade my van, or I need to have this or that, because they don't plan. They don't plan for that shit. Every penny's got to go towards ramen noodles and gasoline and being one step ahead of the cops. This is the problem with their thinking, is it's not long term, and it's flawed thinking. You know, and the worst thing that happens is that you can go on YouTube and you can find people that make a raging success of RVing. Okay. And what do? Hey, if he can do that, the Rosie girl can do that too. Wrong. You're not the first one there to travel with a dog or to have a cat or a parakeet or a pet boa constrictor or a ferret that tears apart the inside of your RV, or a raccoon that goes wild and rips your wig off every time you're on a live stream or something, okay? Alright? That's the basic problem. Now, not you, Otome, you're not flawed. Now, if you choose to go down the negative road, what I call the not ha 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 entertaining, Rosie, we love you, shake your titties, yay. If you want to go down the road of, and I'm so much better than you, and I'm happy to live in a kingdom where the peasants live better than the king. Well, remember what the new setup on YouTube is. You're running right smack into the wall of the public. Bam! Wham! YouTube wants more of the public to take care of your rewards. How's that going to work out for you? Well, here we are. Unplug a Norm F from the situation, and what do we have right now? And I'm not disparaging Norm F. I'm just being very analytical. I like Norm. I've met Norm in person. I journeyed 2,000 miles to thank Norm. Strictly on the face of an economic problem, if you unplug Norm and his generosity from the equation, now he will tell you he really enjoys Elvis's and my content. He made that very clear. I'm happy. I'm happy I put up content that he enjoys. But if you remove that from the equation right now, which is Norm's right to do as he wishes, and I would never begrudge him to do that, but he gets a lot of hate and a lot of disparagement because he doesn't play along with the other side and what they want. But if you remove that now, where would it be? Well, I think the teeth are going to answer the question on that. It's kind of crunch time. Now, if I make the decision when that time's coming down that I'd like to be, maybe help refashion, maybe help put some kind of functional resume together, provide some interim housing, provide something, then I think that's my right to do that. Because I care. But if somebody like Marshall decides to get the band fixed and go back out on the road, that's his decision to make too. Okay? It's got to come, nothing that we do from the outside is going to affect that. It's got to come from within here and within here. That's my opinion on that. That's my opinion. Right now I got serious doubts, CBT. And this is an open chat, and I don't want to spend too much time. I don't talk about Elvis a lot on my streams. I got too much other shit to talk about, but it's an open chat. If you want to talk about it, it's fine. I also made the statement that I don't know if that thing would make it over the El Cajon Pass. I don't know. I already had a little inkling. Remember, I was worked at Bethlehem Steel Shipyards for 2 years, rebuilding marine engines and things. I can kind of listen to an engine. Sometimes you can tell by looking at the engine that you know, a perfectly balanced engine doesn't move that much in the engine compartment, okay? All right, when you start to have one cylinder that's not getting the same compression, therefore, it's when it reaches the top of its travel and compresses the gas-air mixture, and the spark ignites, because of ring problems, wearing out oil rings or something like that, compression rings, all of a sudden that explosion is not the same as the other ones on the other bank, and you start to have an imbalanced situation. Okay. These, how you doing, D? These vans carry a lot of weight. And it's, as I've told you guys, night after night after night, when I think about that El Cajon Pass and I think about how unprepared Jen and I were with our small van, and I literally at a time thought our van might explode. On the other side, we're seeing trucks with brakes, literally brakes on fire on the other side. On our side, there's Walmart trucks parked, you know, side by side, overheated and hoods up and stuff. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Something like that could blow the head gaskets on that. Okay? Because of the weight that it's carrying over that, and because of the age of it, the stress all the way down the whole powertrain to the rear axle, the differential, right out through the axles. Okay? Don't just think about the engine. Think about the force that's transmitted through the transmission, down the drive shaft, into the differential and rear axle, and out the side. I think there's a chance that something might give on that. And I thought it might be nice if I was there in case something happened. You know? Bad thought, maybe so. But, you know, being as the El Cajon Pass is not that far from San Diego, and Yuma is, and I thought I might just start my trip in Yuma or Los Algodones. I had a great time in Yuma. I got 2 friends down in Yuma, Arizona. God knows he's not going to show you anything at Yuma. Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm going to die an old lady waiting for some fucking content to come out of Yuma, you know? And I think the way Missy Jenn and I covered it in 1.5 days there. Okay? And, you know, over to Los Algodones over there. Okay? It's not that big a deal. But remember, I got D in here now. And like I said, there's a lot of moving parts on the board. We'll get to part 2 in a minute. I'm going to have some more bourbon here. I haven't been drinking enough. I'm drinking Jim Beam here tonight. I don't have any more. I finished all. I don't even know if I have. I got a little bit of 4 Roses left. I had a Coors Light night. Good for you, Andrea. Good for you. I'll be back in 1 minute, and then we'll get to part 2 tonight. It is an open chat, so anything that you want to ask tonight is fine. All right, D, congratulations on a good chooch tonight, by the way. I really loved seeing you down on Fremont Street. I really liked seeing you with the van. Man, I was just jumping up and down on a chair. I wasn't really. But you know what I mean. Yeah, it's straight up. You know what I mean. I love to see people happy on YouTube and have come from, on a scooter. And D, don't get me wrong, I admire what you did on the scooter. I was an early follower of you in the deserts. We tried to meet up last year. We didn't make it happen. But man, I look at where you are today, and I look at where you were when I first met you. And you just can't help but feel happy. This is somebody that's punching, this is somebody that didn't hit every note, hit one note terribly. Admit it. But we have to move ahead in life. We can't stop, I'm saying. But I like where you've come to today in a very short period of time. Superstar, I don't know about a superstar, but I'm saying you can tell that there's a self-fulfillment, there's a self-actualization that comes in him. That now it's like the pump has been primed. Yeah, I want to work more, I want to make money, I want to do this on the van, and I want to do that on the van. And it's like he's somebody that I can believe. He's somebody I believe that can make something like that happen. Okay. And I think for the most part, he'll have a core of people that don't like what transpired down in Florida, and I have to respect them for the way that they believe that. But like I said, what they believe, I respect them for their opinions on that. But we do have to move forward in life, and I do like to see success for whatever it's worth. I'm just one voice out here, just one voice. I wanted to talk about the trolls a little bit, and this is going to be kind of a curveball for them. Okay, trolls are part of an existence on YouTube. And I gotta be honest, I respect a lot of trolls on YouTube. Okay, let me repeat that. I respect a lot of trolls on YouTube. What is a troll? Okay, in my experience on YouTube, there's very few people that are just going to hate on you because they just hate your guts for no reason at all. Okay, they don't come at, I know, Shay. I told you, this is the curveball. Thank you, Maybella. Thank you, honey. This is the curveball tonight. It's not the liquor talking. Gather round, trolls. All right. I said before that to me, YouTube is like an old-fashioned pinball game. The creators are like the balls that get shot up into the game. Okay? And the trolls are like the flippers that decide if your ball stays on the game or not. Not to the extent that they'd like, but you understand what I'm saying. Okay? They can redirect your course. They can always bring up your past. And they're always like the historians of things. Yes, sometimes they twist facts gruesomely, say things that aren't true. But remember, trolls don't come out of nothing. It's usually a result of what you as a creator have created. This is what I said about running into the public. Well, trolls are a part of that big public out there. This is why I always think people should be very careful about the way they project themselves on YouTube, especially if you do a negative kind of channel. Because in my opinion, it's very easy to turn regular viewers into trolls. Okay? And the trolls are the people that don't forget. All right? And in my mind, as much as you might want to try to ban the trolls, as much as you want to try to wish them away, run away, they have every much as right to be on YouTube as the creators do. And they're an important component. And you may say to yourself, oh, it's not fair what the trolls do. They wreck my channel. They destroy my channel. But remember, it's the actions that you do that create and spawn and cause regular people to adopt a troll attitude on YouTube. I'm going to give you an example. There's a person, Princess J of the IE. I've known her under a different name for a lot of years. We used to be friendly. You know, she sent things up to the Rancho here to us. But she did not like, she made a donation to Marshall. And she did not, in her mind, that was misused, that donation. And she went from being a regular kind of positive person to wanting to single-mindedly chase and dog, and to a little extent me, on YouTube, so that people would know what her experience was in this situation. Does she have a right to be on YouTube? The answer is yes. It's a free platform, right? It's one of the reasons that I beg people, think about the image that you put out there. Think about the content that you put out. Think about if you carry through on the things that you say you're going to do. And I think a lot of times in a lot of places that the trolls perform a very valuable function in alerting new people about, educating people on the past and things like that. Now, I don't agree with misinformation that sometimes occurs, but it's a fact of life on YouTube that, sometimes people are going to fashion things for a little show. Thank you, new subscriber. That people are going to come on and they're going to fashion things to sharpen their point a little bit, to be a little more active flipper. Okay? And it's very hard to row backwards against that. Very hard. Yeah, you'll get the numbers as the trolls multiply. But in reality, when they become the main viewers of your channel, then in my opinion, you're slamming against the public. And we see what we have today on YouTube. Crunch time. Crunch time. Yeah, if the trolls didn't exist, the mods would be out of a job. In other communities, there are not trolls like Boyd. Boyd's a hard knuckles place. Boyd has gathered together some super intelligent people with some great skills, they're on the job, and the Boyd shit gets really ugly, as people have found down here. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If the trolls moved away from that chat, there might be 50, 80 people in there. But what are you going to do if you're a regular person and you want to be a supporter? And let's just say, for the sake of argument, McFly. Let's imagine I'm like a really negative person, and you landed on my channel, and because I have big titties and I'm doing bikini baking or something like that, and you come, oh, I really like Rosie, and all of a sudden in the chat, the other people are like, no, this bitch did this, and this she did. She called my work, and she got my ex on the phone, and did all that. You'd be like, whoa. McFly, you'd see McFly going over the hill on the horizon, right? He's like, man, what the hell did I step into? And that's what happens on the Void. Okay? And like it or not, you might really piss you off, Elvis. But the trolls have a very long memory, and they're always on the job. And as much as you may think negative content wins, the trolls always win. And as I always said on here, it's over when the trolls say it's over, and not before. Yeah, there you go, Juice. I wonder if all the trolls are ugly, or is some of them cute. I think some of them are probably very good looking. Never let a person cook eggs in your best nonstick pan. They use a knife to cut the eggs and scratch it. What the fuck? Yeah. How you doing, Wig Snatcher? What's up? Wig in the chat. Wig, how you doing, my friend? Nice to see you. So, I just want to tell people, I don't know how this is going to play out in the end. I mean, I do know how it's going to play out in the end. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to put it together. But nothing I do in the interim is going to affect that outcome. Okay, that's the reality of the situation. Okay, I'd rather want to feel good about myself and the decisions I make as a friend to this person, as another chance to talk to them without the cameras of YouTube on. Oftentimes I've heard a different idea of the story of the picture of the future than what's presented here on YouTube, but I'm never going to tell anybody what they can and can't do on YouTube. Yeah, I haven't seen the Great Wig Snatcher in a while here. Yeah, no, I got torn up by a wig snatcher on my leg. I was thinking about you, Wig Snatcher. Yeah, we've been worried about you, my friend. The Great Wig Snatcher. Let's see how it plays out. I'm very disheartened that my van is in the shop. Imagine you go in to just have a simple key reprogrammed, and your van is laid up for God knows how long because they fucked it up in the shop. Okay. All right. Food stamp salad. You ever forget you told Mary you weed Jeff T? I got no idea. You weed or wed? I don't know. Pretty high tolerance. Oh, you've been married 3 times. Wow. Anybody have any questions or anything? Anything to... tonight's the night to ask it. Okay. Let me get a few more ice cubes. All right. I don't know who she is, Shayra. I have no idea. When are you taking Jen on another chooch? Good question. I think since next week might be my last week in town for a while, I'm probably going to do a Santa Rosa chooch. I'm going to put Jen in a chair and take her over to downtown and buy her a nice dinner. I think I'm going to do that. You know, and we'll do a chooch on that. Are you meeting Elvis in Mexico? Probably not in Mexico, but probably in Los Algodones. I have a limited travel passport, so I don't have any difficulty coming back and forth. It just depends. If he gets some work done and packs out of there, then I'll meet him in San Diego. Okay. Yeah, Felipe, yeah, I'm confused. Yeah, you came in looking kind of confused. Yeah, I think the teeth will be fixed. Yeah, I know Wig Snatcher's funny too. That's what I like about it, Wig Snatcher. I must feel honored if Wig Snatcher would troll me. Yeah, please thumbs up if you're in the chat. You're going to choose ghost towns in the gold country. I will. The problem Lost in Space is that I'm so burned on the heat. I can't believe I might actually be considering going back into the frying pan again. Down there in the southern Arizona desert. I should probably have my head examined, right? When I think of the cool comforts of the California coastal areas, I probably need a head check. For going down there, I want to wait till it cools down, and that might be a great chooch, a nice caravan chooch to go on down Goldfield and all the towns down, the ghost towns down the Nevada side. I was able to go, yeah, I don't think they really care. Shay-Shay's, last time I went through, I just had my license. It wasn't a problem. Remember, you got dozens of Americans just walking through the turnstile down there. All they got is their driver's license. They're going to come back to passport control. And it's Wilbur and Gladys from Wisconsin. What are you going to do? You know, are you going to leave us in fucking Mexico? Come on in, all right. That would be good content. I'd like to do that. Like I said, I like to do content. I'm not all up into controversy. You know, this is where Marshall conflicts with a lot of my travel stuff. Think about it. Think about it, Mark Handler. What do I like to do? What do I like to chooch? I like to chooch hoods. I like to walk for 6 or 7 miles when I'm out doing a chooch. That really conflicts with Marshall. I'm not going to go to a fucking park bench in Algodones and hold a water bottle out to a cat or dog or whatever, you know? If I can't live stream, at least I can go get content, video content, and then upload it ever. Do you ever stay with people, or do you always get a room? I always stay in my van. I can't guarantee if I go down to Los Algodones, I'm not sure if I'll make it in a van. I slept 40 nights in a van in 100-degree days and 88-degree nights and high humidity. I just don't know. Yeah, I mean, I can't do that stuff, North Shore towing. I got to be out walking. I got to be walking into shops. I got to be meeting people. I got to be trying my fucked up little Spanish on them and having a good time. I got to find the one Chinese restaurant in town, see how it is. Hey, ni hao, hao, zema hao chur, yo zema hao chur la. Vegas Vixen, how you doing? Yeah, human heat is brutal. It's quite something to think about. I thought I was free of all that fucking heat of the roasting my ass all summer. Now I'm, you know, back down into the frying pan down there. No, I don't know if it's going to be. See, Los Algodones is about 8 miles from Yuma. Okay, you got to get in your car. You got to drive. You got to park at the Indian parking lot down there, and then you walk over. Show us how you eat Mexican food with chopsticks. Isn't that funny, McFly? I'm I mean, I'm a respecter of culture. You guys know that. I'm never one to go in and disrespect people. I don't care what their color is. I don't care if they're in a cardboard box selling tacos on the street or whatever. I'm not going to go in disrespecting people, okay? Yeah, you're also great at meeting people. With some people, you make their day. Yeah, what's wrong with putting a smile on a guy's face in the back alley of Las Vegas, cheering people up and thinking to themselves, my God, we finally had a fucking party on this street that wasn't a shoot 'em up. You know, where did you guys come from? Holy shit. Yeah, I'll have a beer. Yeah. Poppy J, how you doing, sweetie? Nice to see you. Mwah. Poppy J. You know what I mean, Andrea? I mean, what the hell? You go in like a whirlwind, you go in with a smile on your face, and people will gravitate towards you, and all of a sudden you have pop-up parties, and that might eventually be what the channel's known for, pop-up street parties here and there. Yeah, take you some ramen. You can have Mexican top ramen. Nice to see you, Poppy J. Thanks for coming by. Have fun, man. Smile. Meet people. If people don't want to be on camera, they'll tell you, no, 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 no. What are you going to do? Continue videoing? Oh, it's okay. No problema. No problema. Perdóname. No problema. Cyborg Tech. Y'all left me. Where were you, Cyborg? ¿Dónde está la muchacha con mucho gusto? Where is the gal with the most what is that? The most joy in life, huh? Show me where. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Oh, you were at D's Shoots. Yeah. I left a comment on his thing today. I said he was talking about feral people on the streets. I said, well, I'll look forward to seeing you and the feral people in the streets of San Diego down there. Yeah, block party. Oh, you were doing a update post on the help videos. Yeah, Cyborg, were you? Whose chat were you in? You were in Tucker's chat tonight, weren't you? I was popping in a couple minutes on Tucker's, and he was talking about your channel. Are you the guy that does the computer repair and all that kind of stuff? Okay, all right. See, I do pay attention. Okay. Yeah, San Diego's. I'm all about the beaches of San Diego. You know, bouncing around the beach, volleyball, all that. Do, beach baby, there on the shore. We got something that I can remember. I got two of them you can remember. I have a good time down there. It's cool enough at night you can live in a van. My van is stealth enough. I think I could park and get away with not being high profile for the cops down there. Hello. Dude, I'm the whole package. Beach blanket bingo and that foolish hello. Who's the leader of the pack that's made for you and me? MICKEYMOUSE. Mickey Mouse. Oh, Rosie, you were a Tucker pick. I guess I didn't pop in his side chat. Jen and I were just clicking around tonight. She likes to watch a lot of farming channels. We cut off the farming channel. I saw Tucker was live, but he was just wrapping up. Cyborg Tech was on there, so stuck in my head. When you Baltimore Clippers, yeah, let's play that again. You ready, everybody? Let's have a little intermission break here again. Here you go, Patricia. Just for you, honey. Here we go. Just for you, honey.
When you Baltimore Clippers, when you Clippers from Baltimore, fight you Baltimore Clippers. Baseball fight for a Baltimore score. Defensemen, forwards, and goalie. We'll win without a doubt. For Baltimore and Maryland, every Clipper fan will shout, fight, 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 win you Baltimore Clippers. Win you Clippers from Baltimore. Fight you Baltimore Clippers. And score, score, score.
Now we're rocking. Man, those were the days. Sports were cool. Take it up another half step there. Up a half step.
Win you Baltimore Clippers. Win you Clippers from Baltimore. Fight you Baltimore Clippers. And score, score, score.
Man, they used to rock that arena when that thing came on, when they scored a goal against the dreaded Hershey Bears, baby. That arena would be rocking. Mud puddles, what an idiotic chat. Wig Snatcher, I'm so happy to see you back. Maybella, how you doing, honey? You got to get yourself cooled out. Let's see, Yosemite said every square inch of Arizona gets covered ad nauseum for 6 months of the year. I was so bored, just my opinion, that became a joke. Covered with what? Go to Legoland in San Diego. It's a lot of fun to see what they build with them. Yeah, Robin Granium too. That could be cool. Love that stuff. Yeah, McFly. Scottish, how you doing today, sweetie? Nice to see you. Ba-ba. Oh, shit. When you... I was trying to say, man, that's what they would say at the arena. Now everybody take it up a half step. Da, 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 da. Ladies and gentlemen, we request that you refrain from throwing any objects on the ice of the arena. Thank you. Yeah, the Hershey Bears, that's it. I'm seeing Nika Leska and her boobs. She's probably sleeping. Have you gone to the train? Yes, I have. Great museum, the Western Train Museum in Sacramento. A very good museum. Lost in Space. What did you think of Old Town there? They got some pretty cool bars, the River Bar and some other stuff. I thought McFly said porn, Snickers and a dill pickle. By the way, guys, I have a porn shoot at 1 a.m. Yeah, I kind of like Old Town. Do you live in that area, Lost in Space? I'll be happy to meet you over there. When it cools off this fall, when I'm home, I'd like to take Missy Jenn over to visit Old Town. Yeah, tight parking. We had a good meal on the Riverboat King down there. Gone to the ballpark, shimmies and shakes, all the games. Stop. Yeah, that's it. Stopping for the Wig Snatcher. Yeah, if you live over there, let's meet up. I know exactly where to park over there. I either stay at the Vagabond or at the Holiday Inn. Easy access to Old Town. Do you know where the dive bar is there? Yeah, Old Town in San Diego has good market. Oh man, McFly. Do you live in San Diego? Look at my video on the Coyote Cafe down there. Unbelievable. What a place. You know, I loved Old Town. I did a chooch through there, a haunted chooch. So that's the content I want to bring. I'm not going to sit around some blown out park in Mexico holding out a bottle of water for a dog, okay? Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. Meet people. Come to Luxembourg. Room for you. Luxembourg's an interesting country. I've been to Belgium. But Francis, let me ask you this. What is Luxembourg really known for? What would you say Luxembourg's most attractive thing to me would be? Yes, he did get a van, Poppy J. Yes, he did. Yep, he got a Plymouth Voyager van. So he was driving it tonight on his stream. Bouncing everyone. Rosie keeps them boobs shaking. Have you thought of a Halloween chooch? Yeah, Missy Jenn and I do one every year, Miss Kitty. Just go to my search box on the channel here, video search. Just put in Halloween. And you'll see 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 every year. I'm always dressed like a hoe, and Missy Jenn's like a police officer or Cinderella, and I'm like a zombie and stuff. So we have all kinds of Halloween stuff, also on the Rosie Murphy channel. Okay, all kinds of stuff. Last year, I think she was a police officer, and I was dressed like a hoe in my corset top and my panties and my gloves on, and just like she was arresting me. Yep, all kinds of good, year after year. I'm a big. That's why I told Marshall it's best for me if any van work gets done after Halloween here. Okay. Because we take the holidays really seriously, and that's the time I'm going to be around. I put a lot of lights up. I put a lot of work into decorating here. Yeah, there's Darth Hosey. How you doing, Darth? Proof of roses. Fucking Carl. God damn it. I love the holidays. I love the time. My favorite time of year is between Thanksgiving and Christmas. People seem to be in the best moods. The weather here is not rainy season yet. It's cool and crisp. And I just love putting up Christmas lights. And I remember, what was it, 2 or 3 years ago? First year Missy Jenn was here, I don't think we put a big tree up. Okay, and then the second year she was here, I think it was 2015. I put up a tree every year here, and we sent out Christmas cards and all that. But Missy Jenn had never had a Christmas tree growing up, and when she came around the corner and saw that tree that I put up, she burst into tears and stuff. It was an incredible moment. Because at first she's like, who decorates for Christmas? And I had this place rocking, and she was so much in the Christmas spirit and stuff, And it was, I like, why are you crying? She said, I've never seen anything so beautiful, Me or the tree? It's like, not you, you dope. The tree. I love the holidays. I love Christmas. I really do. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Beers on ice. I do like that. You love to bake and make candy gifts for Christmas. That's nice. Give me the old buoy, buoy, buoy. Charlie Ekman style. Buoy, buoy, buoy. Mud Puddle, my favorite Charlie Ekman story. Did I ever tell you that, Mud Puddle? Number one, Charlie Ekman used to coach he was a coach of the Fort Wayne Pistons, okay, the basketball team. Then he became and Charlie Ekman was a big mouth Baltimore sports commentator. And then he went on to become an NBA referee. And my funniest story of Charlie Ekman, when he told it on the radio, wasn't the foul story. Yeah, the foul story. when he would play in Denver, and he'd be like, "Oh, you know, I'm a smoker. I'd be so fucking winded running up and down the court in Denver, Mile High City. These basketball players." He said, "I'd just be blowing fucking fouls just to stop the, just to stop the game." Yeah, I love Christmas, McFly. It's a great time of year. Oh, Lost in Space, born on Thanksgiving. Cool. My daughter sometimes floats on Thanksgiving. Yeah. How you doing, Mark Dodge? Nice to see you. Bring you Baltimore Clippers. Isn't that funny? Could you imagine that? The referee's so winded, he's just like, tweet foul. What are you talking about? I saw it. Hit the free throw line, too. Hey Trish, how are you, sweetie? I enjoyed your video today. I finally got things settled down on the Rancho enough I can start coming around and popping into your streams and stuff. You look great, honey. You wouldn't know that you just dropped another baby there. That's awesome. Kid's good looking. Could have done better with me, but you'd have a lot of explaining to do. This is Rosie the daddy, really? Thank you, Blue Jeans. Nice to see you. Go Niners, Warriors, Giants, and Sharks. There we go. Focus, asshole. There we go. Thank you. All right, there we go. Yeah, football season. I think the Niners should be pretty good. Should be pretty good this year, huh? Palm Springs has amazing homes with mid-century. You know my only problem, Michelle Renee Art, my only gripe about Palm Springs is so many of the homes are behind big walls and gates. I can't see anything. I'm nosy, right? I chooch. Like in Toronto, they just had iron gates. You could still see the big houses. In Palm Springs, they put everything behind big walls and gates and shit. You know, mind if I come in and just video shoot your place? Get the fuck out of here. What's your favorite TV? I haven't watched TV in years, to be honest. Favorite TV shows of mine were comedy shows. I like comedy. I really love old movies from the 1920s, 30s, and 40s. That's really my genre. That's my genre. But Michelle Renee Art, I'll tell you what, honey. I like Palm Springs too down there. Especially if you go, when I was in there before, kind of off season. And you get really good Bluebird specials at like 5 p.m. in the afternoon. I love old movies from the 20s. I don't care if it's a silent movie. I get as much out of some silent movies as I ever got out of another movie. Rowan and Martin's Laughing. I watched Sonny and Cher, the Beverly Hillbillies. You know, that kind of crap. Leave It to Beaver. Mind-numbing TV. The Donna Reed Show. Father Knows Best. All that shit. Yeah, The Thin Man. Yeah, with Powell, William Powell. Yep, great. And I think Myrna was not. Yeah, was Myrna Loy in The Thin Man? I think she was. Yeah. I'm good. I'm good. Gee, Mrs. Cleaver, you look lovely today. Gee, something smells good for dinner. Yeah, Eddie, I'm just preparing dinner now. Gee, Mrs. Cleaver, my mother's dinners never smell that nice. Oh, just one. I sure wish I could try it, Mrs. Cleaver. Okay, Eddie. Would you like to stay for dinner? Gee, thanks, Mrs. Cleaver. Let me just call my mom. If you didn't love Eddie Haskell, you needed a brain check, man. Eddie Haskell made that fucking show, and you know it. And Lumpy Rutherford. Jen, why are you hiding Andrea here? I don't know. Andrea is my friend here, so thank you very much, honey. I think you got an accidental hit on that, yeah. There we go. No problem. Yeah, I was going to say it must have been a friendly fire. Sorry about that, Andrew. I got a store called Luskin's. Hey, remember this mud puddle? Jack, you know, will save you dough. Okay, remember that? Right up there on overlooking, you drive down the Beltway and you'd see Luskin's right up there on the top of the hill. Desi Lou Productions, that's right. Lumpy's a successful financial investor now in California. I mean, would you want Lumpy to handle your money? Gee, that's quite a bit of money you have there, Mr. McFly. Have you ever considered investing before? Lumpy, is that your name? Lumpy, that's why I'm here today. Oh. I mean, Lumpy Rutherford and Eddie Haskell, spot on, man. Good shit, man. It's always the extras, not the extras, but it's always like the co-stars that really make the show. Because let's face it, Barbara, you know, Mrs. Cleaver was boring as fuck, and Ward wasn't far behind, you know. I met Jerry Mathers in Sedona, Arizona. He's very nice. Yeah, he seems like a nice person. Ever been to Matthew's Pizza on South Charles Street? Irish Pizza. You know, I think that was probably after my time, Mud Puddle. I was down at Gerard's nightclub on, you know, whatever the hell it is, and the Pink Hippo on Reed Street, and usually dodging bullets in the hood and stuff. So, you ever listen to exotic music from the like Market Danny? Never really listened to that music too much. I'm more into like blues. Yeah, Hammerjacks, exactly. I'm more into like sexy blues. Real slow, imagine that. Real slow, sexy blues. A lot of low sax and things like that. Ward was an alcoholic and also a minister. Yeah. I watched a lot of erotica and I made it over the years. Remember the Baltimore block, the peep shows? Did you bring for all of us, Cyborg? Yeah. Hammerjacks, yeah. I don't even think you remember Gerard's, Mud Puddle. How about the 13th floor at the Belvedere Hotel there on Charles Street? How about that? How about that? How about O'Bricky's? How about Bo Brooks Crab House? How about Glenmore Gardens? Remember Bo Brooks? Crabs? Ding, 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 ding. I used to live for Friday nights, payday, to go over and get some steamed crabs at Bo Brooks or Glenmore Gardens, man. Yeah, sweet, slow, really sexy music. That's right in my wheelhouse. Because, you know, when I make love, it's really slow. You know, it's not slow all the time. You know what I mean? But it's like, it's got to be. Johnny U, I used to eat at the Golden Arm. I went to Lexington Market once. I thought I would be killed. Mud Puddle, check out my Baltimore chooches, man. I almost got killed at Lexington Market this time. I went down to Lexington Market and Edgar Allan Poe's grave down there, and some chick like got up in my grill, and I thought I was going to have to knock her the fuck out right in the middle of the market right down there. Okay, check it out. My 10,443 mile journey. Go to the playlist, Baltimore Lexington Market. I thought I was going to have to knock a bitch's grill out right there. Okay, she jumped in my shit. Okay. When I make love, it's fast, and I guarantee at least 150 flies to be. McFly, I didn't even notice your avatar before. You had a fucking fly on it. Just wanted to pop in. Oh, good night, sweetie. I had 40 people over for a barbecue. All right, much love to you, Winky. Winky, tomorrow I'll tell you about the dream I had about you. I know. I love your fly too. Do 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 do. When you Baltimore. How do you feel about pinup girl Betty Page? I like the art form. I'm not so much about Betty Page, but I do like Vargas art. I do love very erotic, but not. I'd never be totally. I mean, shouldn't say that. I mean, I've been splattered all over the internet. But what I'm saying is, I like Vargas kind of stuff. Was kind of classy, and I like erotic art, but not just full spread, and that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't like vulgar art. I like art. Erotic art is very beautiful. I mean, the human body is very beautiful to me. It really is. And I'm one of the people who'll tell you on YouTube that I enjoy sex very much. Okay. Hey, Randy in SoCal, how you doing? I enjoy sexy things. I enjoy being a tomboy, and also just being all out when I'm outside. I mean, I enjoy that, I mean, I work hard to get in shape and stay in shape. When you Baltimore Clipper, when you Clipper. Boy, what memories I have of Bullets games and Clippers. I thought you said being on top. I am a top. Oh, how you doing, Marcus? I am a top. I'm not a bottom. I'm a fully functional top. Isn't that a good tune, McFly? I mean, there's just something. It does, Andrea. It also begins in the eye. Do you agree, Andrea? It's all in the eye. In other words, I can look at somebody I know that's checking me out, and I can either be like, or I can be like, Shawshank Redemption. Who was the actress that flipped her hair back in the movie that the prisoners were watching? Damn, man, that's a trivia question. I don't know. It couldn't. Betty Davis did a hair flip. I know that. Bullets, Clippers, Colts, and Orioles. That's it. Mark Handler. Yeah, Winky knows that. I mean, you got to have a connection. You just don't. How does it seem? You go up to a girl like Winky, a beautiful girl, or Andrea, a beautiful woman in a bar, and you're like, "Hey, would you like to fuck tonight?" It's got to be the biggest turnoff. I mean, not only you're probably going to get a slap in the face, and she would have every right to clean your clock, right, man? But what the fuck? I mean, what the hell? Really? But yet people tell people go up and do that. I mean, I can see, oh, honey, you must be from outer space because because your ass is out of this world or something like that. I mean, I can get that. Oh, thank you, Michelle Renee. Art, do you deal art, honey? Yeah, fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night. Betty Davis, man. Oh, Jane Russell. Okay, was she in the Outlaws or something like that, Francis? Yeah, that come hither look. Pound my booty and let loose. That's what a top does. Oh, Rita Hayworth, my most beautiful movie actress of all time, Rita Hayworth. Yeah. Put the blame on me, man. Ooh, put the blame on me. With that Glenn Ford had to have a boner half the time on that set. How you doing, Rainy Nights? Oh, you're the girl version of Andy Warhol. That's cool. Hey, little Keely. I always hope I'm saying your name right. Rita Hayworth, man. What a bomb. Very interesting, that dream. I'll send you an email tomorrow. All right, good night, baby doll. Love you, Winky. Get a good sleep, honey. You must be exhausted from doing it. I guess that was Rita in the Shawshank Redemption. What a movie, though. I'm not much on new movies. Bobby's doing good, McFly. Bobby's doing good. He'll be over tomorrow. We're going to have We bought a roast chicken, potatoes. So we'll see Bobby tomorrow night. He's doing good. No, he's doing good. Thanks for asking, McFly. The poster were covered the whole day, dog. Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. Yeah. She gave good face. No, Bobby had suffered a fractured hip, McFly. He had to undergo surgery, and he's recovering very nicely now, though. He tripped over his dog. Be careful if you have little dogs and you're older. Be careful. George gets underfoot sometimes here, you know. Bobby loved playing golf. Bobby's 6 feet, 2.5, lean. He had a very good mechanical swing, good leverage. Bobby could shoot in the high 70s, no problem at all. Bobby could shoot in the high 70s, no handicap at all. I mean, he was a great golf. Old age ain't for sissies. Put the blame on me, boys. Put the blame on me. Ooh. Marilyn Monroe. Yeah, he was a hell of a golfer, McFly. High 70s. Yep. He teetered in and out of qualifying for competition. That's how good Bobby was. Bobby's real sport was basketball, though. He was a great basketball player. No, he's not going to get back to golf again. No. Yeah, Rita was in the movie The Prisoner to watch when she flipped her hair. Yeah. Motorboats. Motorboat. Don't motorboat me. Go for the nips, okay? My best score was 68. Wow. Oh, yeah, on the putt-putt. I like that. I like that. Who is your old Hollywood crush? Raquel Welch would be number 1. Linda Darnell would be number 2. Teresa Wright would be number 3. Donna Reed would be number 4. And probably Sophia Loren. I like them really busty and really full figured. That's my thing. Natalie Wood was beautiful too. A Santa Rosa girl. Santa Rosa girl. Grace Kelly. She was too refined for me. Does that make sense? Grace Kelly's way too refined for me. I like raw, like Jane Russell kind of, just in your face. No Martha Ray. The big mouth. Martha Ray for Polydent. Hey, get my... I kicked the fucking TV. I like really big, just bodacious, built brick shit house women. I like that. Which vintage receiver would you recommend to buy first? The Sonys. The Sonys. Go for a Sony. Outstanding sound, bulletproof, they last forever. Get a Sony. Okay, this is the XTR. The hell is this? This is the STR 7025. Sony STR 7025. That's your target. That's the one you want. Get a good faceplate. Get a pristine faceplate. Don't buy any receiver unless, and you can see them over there, okay, the whole wall of sound, unless that faceplate is absolutely pristine. Yeah, James Cagney was cool. He was talented too, wasn't he, Matronista? I love James Cagney. Yankee Doodle Dandy. What an amazing dancer. And yep. Very good actor. Look at me, Ma. I'm on top of the world. Yeah, this is the this is partial here. That's the famous wall of sound. Every fall and winter, I get back into audio work. So, and then I have the wall of amplitude up here too. And then, of course, my pride and joy, my 1961 Motorola's 21 tube stereo console. 3-channel, considered the finest receiver, the finest console ever built in America. So I'll be back in the workshop. I got lots of vintage audio repair, rescues, going at rescuing shit from the shit pile. Yeah, I love that Motorola's classic. Every Christmas I do the Andy Williams records on it and the tree. Let me see if I can call one up. I don't think I can do it on here, but is your wall? Yes, it is. It's pressed into the wall. I have jacks below, and I also have rubber stops. If you look up here, you'll see rubber stops that are mounted. Not every one of them, but you'll see little rubber stops up there. That is the shock wave's going to come this way, and they're going to want to fly off that shelf. Yeah, so I had to put bracing underneath of the floor. I have videos of me crawling under the house, putting jacks under there, and all kinds. You guys got to spend some time in my playlist. Got to go in there. There's so much shit in there. You know, there's so much history of projects here on the Rancho and all that. That wall of sound. We couldn't find a good one, so I ended up engineering and designing my own. Fuck it. Turned out pretty good. It's a nice collection. Anyway, guys, I'll be back in 1 minute, okay? Talk amongst yourselves. All right, and I am back. I wish I knew how to screen. I do know how to screen share, but it's a pain in the ass. Is D in here? Lost in space. What do you think of Winky, huh? Oh, there's D. I'm gonna get a few more ice cubes in my glass here. I don't know who asked me about the, oh shit, there goes the drink. Fuck me. Shit, I gotta get a refill, guys. The hell's this one? I forget the name. This is the Pioneer SX780, I believe. SX780, yeah. Oh, I'll fuck you later. There you go. I don't know who asked me in the chat. My favorite receiver, let me correct that. If I had to buy one receiver, just one, and I had a rather limited budget, a couple $100, $200-300, I would buy the Pioneer SX780, which I believe is probably the greatest commercial mid-market receiver that was ever made. Okay, Pioneer SX780. Pioneer McFly SX780. Let me see. Let's see if I can add it. Let's see if I can add a browser source here. Hold on a minute. Let me see if I can do this. This is going to take a minute. Bear with me, guys. Pioneer SX780. Rosie. O'Kelly. Let me see if I can call this one up. Yeah, there it is. Okay, let me see if I can just get this one up. Hold on a minute. Okay, let's put this one. This is my favorite of all time. Let's see if I can call this baby up. Now I'm going to be playing the theme from the Magnificent Seven here. Let me see if I can call up a browser source here. I'm doing this on, let's see if I can browser source. Let's add a browser source here. Add source, it's there. Add source. Let me see if I can get this link here. Let's see if we can copy and paste this. I'll fuck everything all up here, watch. Copy. Let's see here. This might work on Streamlabs. Copy. And then it's Control V for paste. Control V. Let's see if we get that. Done. Okay, here it is. Hold on a minute. Let's see if we get
Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's adventure in vintage stereo and appreciation. And this week I have a very special unit. It's the Pioneer SX-780, and to this day, it's one of the most sought after pioneers of the golden era of high fidelity. Early 19s. Well, I say that when Fisher came about in the early 1960s through about 1982, what we refer to lovingly as the golden era of
won't be able to hear too much on here. Let me fix this up.
The analog dials and the meters, the jumping units.
I don't know. This fucking thing's got a mind of
This
its own.
is one piece of real eye candy here, and this was produced between 1978 and 1980 by a pioneer of Japan, and by far it's one of the most famous, not only most famous units that they
I don't know. It's all messed
that they're
up.
highly sought after. everyone, and welcome to this week's adventure.
I knew I'd mess it up. Let me get the hell out of here.
And this week I have a very special. They continue to appreciate it. It's
Anyway,
the Pioneer SX-780, and to this day.
Anyway, Jesus, I knew I'd fuck that up. I'm not too used to doing this shit yet. Oh well. Yeah. Anyway, I'll get that another day for y'all. Anyway, the Pioneer SX-780. Oh, you doing me doing the roof work on the group? Was that Matronisa? Was that removing all that rotten wood and doing all that carpentry and shit? This is the best microphone here. The hell is that? This is a Sennheiser shotgun microphone. This is the MKE 600. This is the journalist microphone. Okay. What makes this nice is this is a shotgun microphone. These baffles on the side contain noise canceling baffles here. Okay. That way when you're doing an interview on the street, you face it at the person and it cuts out all the noise on the side. George likes to attack this. MKE 600. Oh man. Yeah, that's a very expensive microphone. It's what they call the it's what they call the journalist street microphone. It cancels out all the crap and just very focused on the front and what's in front of it. Doesn't it? They call that a dead cat. They call that a dead cat muff on that. That keeps the wind noise, so you don't have all the shh on that, all that. Yeah, George likes to attack that. That's exactly what he likes to do. Bump, 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 boo doo. Yeah, dead cat muff, they call that. I got to get a Logitech. I'm not sure, Andrew, if I'm going to recommend a Logitech. I got the Brio here, which is top of the line, and I've been disappointed with it. Okay? I think you might do better with a Microsoft LifeCam myself. Dead cat. I know. We pet it, and he thinks it's like some kind of animal or something. He attacks it, so. Anyway, let me just at least give you the link to that video. If you ever want to see why the Pioneer is so great, please check out this video. Alright, I'll put it in the side chat here. There it is. You want to see there's the Pioneer. There's the video that I did the rebuild on the Pioneer. There's a listening experience there. Okay, that's a great one. No, you can do a hangout with one person on Streamlabs, McFly. But to go mobile, even a mobile, you don't even need to have 1,000 subs. You just need to have Streamlabs. Okay. What phone do you shoot with that gives you great low light? I now have an S10. This is the S9 Plus here. Unfortunately, in Detroit, it was smashed up on the streets there. I dropped it off the side of a trash can, smashed it. But this has a great combination low light lens on the back of it. It has image stabilization, and it makes phone calls too. You can surf the net with it. You can't do that with a regular camera. Okay. Can we just go back to the rotary tail? I still remember my rotary phone number, Hopkins 78019. Those were the days. We had a party line when I was little. My father worked for Western Electric, which was the manufacturing arm of AT&T. Yeah, I have the S9 Plus. I do have now the S10. I've not S10 Plus. I've not put it into action yet. I got it. Yeah, the Chuchin camera is pretty good, McFly. It's good. Good. Lights up the night. It's really nice, and I've done a lot of cinematic stuff with that. Um, Judith Espinoza, you missed me the minute you walked in the joint, but I could tell you were a man of distinction, a real big spender. Hey, big spender, come spend a dime on me. Jinxie, how you doing, baby doll? Bird me up. Can you imagine that? Remember the party line? We'd all be like, "Ooh, she did what? She was baking with her pants off. What? No. Really? She's pregnant? Are you sure? I bought the Samsung watch, holding off on a new phone. Yeah, hold off on a new phone. Yeah, diamonds are a girl's best friend. Do a Park L Rosie. How you doing, Jinxie? What's going on? Huh? How you doing, my girl? What's going on with you? I don't even know how to give a link, Jinx. I barely got this fucker airborne, you know, and you're asking me to do barrel rolls with this program. Yeah, ooh, easy, easy. Yeah, it's party time. I barely got this son of a bitch airborne, Jinx. I'll work on it, honey. I'll tell you, one night I'll pop on StreamYards. I'll just have a panel one night. That'll be a lot of fun. Uh, I couldn't even show a video on here, so it's funny. I'm as useless as tits on the bull. Blue Jeans and I share the same birthday. We're the same age, and we both live in Michigan. Now that's pretty wild. Did anyone ever paint my tits? What's this question? Did anyone ever have a Princess? Oh, Princess telephones. My sister had a pretend one. We didn't have any money growing up, so there wasn't any way we could have that. But Firekeepers Casino. When you move like that, kind of gave me an acid flashback. Yeah, that's funny. That's good, McFly. You had a good life. Yeah, go buy a satin dress. I need one of those ones that just comes around here, right? Let's do a costume change for you guys. Come on, guys. Oh, yeah. Kind of buzzed. I gotta make sure my titties don't fly out of this. I gotta make sure my titties don't fly out of this baby. Hold on a minute. There we go. The minute you walked in the joint, ooh, I could tell you were, there we go, man of distinction, a real big, yeah, it's got that split up the side and everything. Yeah, I'm an internationally known YouTube celebrity. Oh, it's entertaining. Oh, thank you, honey Judith. Money's not required here. Just love smoking the old Bob Marley. Yeah, it's very Tropicanish. Very showgirl Vegas, huh? Can you see my nips? I don't know. Is that my nip? Yeah. Hey, Big Spin. Yeah, come spend $500 on me. Yeah, I'm an international YouTube celebrity. Yeah, thank you, Andrea. I usually only wear this at New Year's and times like that. Let's dim the lights a little bit. There we go. Set the club mood. Now that looks like shit. It's a horror movie. Good to see you getting changed in the mirror. Oh my. Francis. Oh my. This fucked up flower. Oh man. I don't do that. Could see you getting changed in the mirror. Oh my. Yeah, this is my New Year's party outfit. Yeah, this thing has the real cuts up the side too. Yeah, Shay Shay, how you doing, baby? Oh, what a night. Yeah. I just play at it. This thing's a little messed up, huh? This thing's kind of been through the mill. There we go. Yeah, I wore that in Vegas once. Thank you, Judith. You're sweet. Oh, man. Who is Elbow? Who in the hell is Elbow? We need a good... I'm going to go down and I'm going to wear this in Mexico. Oh man, but I've learned to back off caffeine and other things. My father has it so that that's where oh, okay. Well, there's a Rose. There is a Rose in Spanish Harlem. Actually, I'm 1/8 Spanish anyway, so. Las Vegas is there nice. You drive there once a month. That's cool. I'm usually down there about 5 times a year. Take care, McFly. Have a good one. Thanks for popping by. I love your avatar, man. I don't want to go to Mexico. One that's snapping. Put the blame on me, boys. Put the blame on me. Ooh. Tell me how you like it. I'll come in like a dream. Put the blame on me, boys. McFly's buzzing off now. Put the blame on me. Ooh. You know I couldn't be on fire. Oh, that's nice, Lost in Space. That's nice. Your daughters are quarter Hispanic. How wonderful. I'm 1/8 Spanish, so slip that air. Put the blame on me, boys. Put the blame on me. Cut. Voiceover singer. Honey, just sit there and hold your tits together. That's it. Good. Cut, 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 cut. Oh, shit. Do 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 la da 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 da. Like the man said, ain't that a kick in the head? I do. I love her and she loves me. Do 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 and she loves me. Like the man said, ain't that a kick in the head? Me and Aunt Margaret, we're gonna get it on tonight. Like peanut butter and jelly, baby. I want to say I saw a movie on TMC. Say it. My gal maybe playing Dean Martin. Yeah, I love that. From my father's side. I need beauty. Good night, Michelle. Thanks for being on the channel, honey. I really appreciate you being a subscriber. Thank you. And I want to hear more about your art stuff. Do you upload stuff on your channel? Let me see your channel here. Let me take a peeky boo at your channel. I like it when... Okay, you got one video. You got a relatively new channel, so let me sub you up, Michelle. Okay? Bam. I am now officially subbed to you. Do, 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 do. Put the blame on me. What do 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 do? Da 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 do. Okay, I am subbed to you now, honey. There we go. I have Instagram too. Yeah, we both have Instagram. That's cool. All right, make sure your link is on your channel. Senorita Rita. You like Barcelona Nights by Akmar Lieber? That's a beautiful one. Should I have more tequila? You tell me. You do what you want. Oh, you got some gameplay to do tonight, huh? Well, games, Cyborg, why don't you put me at the bottom like a American pie at the bottom of a pie plate? Do they speak Mexican in Spain? There you go. Elvis is asking. Oh my. Oh my. There is a do in Spanish Harlem. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. You have to speak Mexican. having a night shift. What the hell time is it? Ooh, man, it's 1 a.m., huh? You think I'm all set for Los Algodones? Side the fucked up flower. Thumbs up. I'm on a mission of love. Eating Mexican twice. Enjoyable. Oh, she didn't want to see me drunk. I'm telling you, that's funny. I mean, I haven't checked my messages. I got like a shitload backed up here. Let's see the usual. Fuck you, Rosie O'Kelly. Blah blah blah. Let's see, you bitch. You don't know. Blah blah blah. There is a deuce in Spanish Harlem. Do 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 do. Oh God, pardon me. Happy Father's Day to the Aussies. We will have them lined up with Andrew. They'll be dumping me in the Tijuana River. Oh, you drink some when you gameplay? That's cool. That's cool. Anyway, guys, it has been a lot of fun tonight. Got to get up early, relatively early tomorrow. I want to thank you for being on a really fun chat tonight. Andrea, I love you, honey. Always near and dear to my heart. Be well. Don't be friggin' falling. Okay? Be careful. Best to Joe. Okay, everybody else on here tonight, thank you so much for being along. I love you guys. If you haven't hit the thumbs up, if you had a good time tonight, good night, Patricia. Love you, honey. Got all the stuff I need for Los Algodones. Oh, man, Rujix. Hit the thumbs up on your way out, please, if you had a good time tonight. And thank you. Ruge, good to see you, my friend. And a rainy night, thank you. Lost in Space. Let's meet up in Sacramento, my friend. Let me buy you a drink down there, okay? I can't tell you I'll be wearing this, but I'll be there. Thanks, everybody.